Hey everyone, Sean here from Tesla Family. We are back here up in upstate New York at my parents' house. We've got my dad, Rick, here again. He's gonna help us out with a pretty cool video today. Today we're gonna be powering a welder and we're gonna be welding CYBERTRUCK with CYBERTRUCK using our bed outlets. Of course, on CYBERTRUCK we've got our two 120 volt by 20 amp outlets here, and then we also have a 240 by 40 amp outlet. We're going to be running this Lincoln Electric SP125 Plus welder, and we're going to be tracing out this cool design I got off of Etsy onto a piece of steel, and then we're going to be welding it up. It's going to look a lot like the pattern that shows up on the door sills and within the front of the CYBERTRUCK. Should be super cool. We'll see how steady of a hand I have. I don't know. It's been more than 25 years since I've played around with welding too much. However, we got the master welder behind us. My dad's been welding for what, 50 years? Looking forward to getting this fun video going. Of course, you know, we last featured my dad in the very popular video that where we installed a NEMA 1450 outlet here at his house. And we've been using that for a number of years to charge my EVs, my Teslas, whenever we come up to stay. 94,000 views almost on that video. Number one of more than 200 videos that I've made. So you guys out there really like these fun how-to kind of videos. So today, we are ready to weld CYBERTRUCK with CYBERTRUCK. Let's get after it. All right, first up, we got to clean off our piece of angle iron steel here. We got a 2" by 3" by 1/4 inch piece of angle iron. Need to clear that off to get a nice bead going with our welder. So we've got our angle iron we're going to power with the truck and a blending disc. So let's get the power outlets turned on. All right, so inside CYBERTRUCK we go to outlets and mods, and we're going to turn on our outlets. And we're gonna do keep outlets on for 12 hours so that we can close the door and keep the outlets running. All right, we got a 60 grit blending disc. We're gonna plug in our grinder here into the bed outlets. All right, give that a test, see if it's working. Look at that. All right, time to clean off the surface rust so we can get some nice bare steel to weld on. The angle grinder is only pulling a 0.7 kilowatts here off the truck. Got plenty of power left. All right, we got a nice bare piece of steel here. Look at that. That's going to be a really nice surface to weld on. Next up, we've got to transfer our CYBERTRUCK pattern onto the steel. I'm going to run this Markall pen around the border of the pattern, and then we might be using a Dremel here to etch the actual shape. All right, this is about as good as we're gonna get because the pen's narrow, but not narrow enough really to get into some of these very small spaces. So I think it looks all right. I'm gonna go back over with the Dremel tool. We got a bit of a grinding tip on it and try to at least do a center line in here where we're actually gonna be running the welding bead. All right, we're gonna unplug the grinder, plug in the Dremel. Works fine. Here we go. The Dremel is barely drawing a noticeable amount of power here, 0.1 kilowatts. Very light on the energy usage. It didn't turn out too bad. Kind of hard to keep your hand steady. Got a nice center line ground down along all the letters here. Even if the marker comes off with the heat from the grinder, we should still be able to see where our pattern is. All right, next step is to plug in the welder and just get going. Just to show you guys, we are completely off grid here. There's no extension cords, using all of our tools powered by the Tesla CYBERTRUCK. All right, we're getting ready to plug in the welder. Just want to let you know that We have the settings here set to arc volts of G. That's somewhere between 25 and 125 amp range probably.
Probably about 90-ish.
90s?
80 to 90.
80 or 90 amps. So the welder is taking the power from the CYBERTRUCK. Again, that's 20 amps, 120 volts. Ramping it up to probably somewhere around 90 amps. And then we're able to weld. We have our wire speed set about 4.5 feet per minute. Again, this is a Lincoln Electric SP125 Plus. All right, first we're gonna hook up the ground cable right to the angle iron. All right, we've got that. We're gonna plug the welder into the bed of CYBERTRUCK. And we've got our, what's this called?
Whip.
And we've got our whip ready to go. We're using a flux core wire, which means what?
No gas.
No gas. So the wire has
flux inside.
Flux inside that
powdered, it has a powdered flux which breaks down and creates the protective shield around the gas puddle.
There you go. So that we get a cleaner bead.
Well, gas
cleanish.
Is better, but it's decent.
Okay. This works in the absence of gas.
You're out in the field. Go with what you got.
Okay. Well, let's first see if we can turn the welder on.
It's humming.
All right, it's humming. That means we got power. Again, no extension cords here. All right, obviously we got to have all of our PPE. We've got our welding shield or welding hood, and we've got to put on some leather gloves. We got our leather apron. Okay, we're ready to go. All right, there's our first bead. What do you call it? There's our first bead. I think it turned out pretty good. Now we're gonna move from the C to the Y and just keep on going. My dad helping out here. Look at, we're only pulling about 2.5 to 3.5 kilowatts while the welder is running a bead. I think the truck maxes out around 9.8, so we got plenty of room for more power if needed. I forgot to measure the starting mileage, but we're halfway through the project and we'll save 174 miles of range left. We got Cyber complete. Got to finish with the TRUCK. So we'll see how much that draws. Yeah, you can see we got Cyber and then the T for truck completed. All we have is 4 more letters to go. Everything's still working fine. Done. Let's take a closer look. All right, guys, pretty pumped about this. I mean, look at it. It looks nearly identical. Actually cooler because this is plastic from a 3D printer. This is real steel and real welding. Super, super cool. You know, I think it came out really well for not welding myself in probably more than 25 years. Got a little spatter on there. We'll try to chip that away and use a nice heavy duty power brush and try to clean this up a little bit better. But I think this will be really nice for a pretty cool desk stand. Be able to put this on the desk of the Tesla Family Channel video production office. All right, final step is we're gonna hit it with this heavy duty wire brush on the right angle grinder, just to do a better job to kind of clean up some of the spatter and shine it up a little bit. Here we go. All right, take a look at this. We are done with the project. To finish up the TRUCK in CYBERTRUCK, it used maybe 1 mile of range. So I think for this whole project, we're probably under a total of 5 miles of range. The battery in CYBERTRUCK is 123 kilowatts. Using a welder, which you think is high power, a drop in the bucket to the amount of power CYBERTRUCK can help us out with. Look how awesome this came out. I mean, that is super sharp, and it's really heavy duty. I mean, that's 1/4 inch thick angle iron right there. That's gonna look awesome on the desk. So hey, we had a successful, fun project here where we welded CYBERTRUCK with CYBERTRUCK, not connected to the grid, not connected to any extension cords. Had our awesome MIG welder that did a great job. We were able to power our grinders, our Dremel, everything we needed right out here away from the grid. CYBERTRUCK is the ultimate truck. So that's it for the video. If you really liked it, hit the like button here in the video. Hit that subscribe button for more videos from Tesla family. And if you have any comments, leave them down below, especially if you're a welder. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm super duper amateur, novice, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you're a pro welder out there. You got some extra tips that could help us out. But I think it went pretty well. You know, thanks to my dad for letting me do this project. I think it came out pretty cool, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Get her done.
Thanks for watching the video. If you really enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to Tesla Family channel for free here on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you soon. We appreciate all of our subscribers and anyone who watches our videos. Thank you very much. Check out more of our content linked to the end screen of this video and on our videos, shorts, and playlist tabs. If you are on social media, follow us on X and like us on Facebook. Use my referral link to buy a new Tesla and get 3 months of free full self-driving capability. Or if you use my referral link to order solar panels, you can save $400 off.